The Application for Coverage tab is the starting point for any NAP record you'd like to build. Begin by entering the producer's name and the crop year that we're working in the 2 rows up top. You'll then begin answering questions about the application for coverage you took for the producer. Answer each question and record the date in which the action was taken. In this example, the producer is a beginning farmer who came to the office to request coverage for a crop whose deadline had already passed. In this case, you would need to document in your minutes that the COC reviewed the producer's request for late filed NAP coverage and approved it, denied it, or recommended it for approval. You'll notice that in the COC Summary tab, we've got mostly blanks. As we begin filling in information, the summary will begin to populate the content that we need for our minutes. So the producer's name goes in first, followed by the year of the application. In the first question, admin fee or $860 received, we're saying that because he's a beginning farmer, we received the $860 on March 20th, that the producer signed it on that same date. You'll notice continuous coverage is an option, but in this case, because he's late filing, that is not applicable. The CCC 471 was not timely filed, and that determination was made by the county committee at their meeting on April 1st. The producer submitted a request for the late filed 471 approval, and they did that when they gave us their application. This next question, application was submitted within 30 days of the application closing deadline. We're going to say yes, it was a March 15th deadline and they just missed it. In this case, the COC approved or disapproved the late filed 471. We'd say that they approved it and the date that determination was made. If, however, it had been beyond the 30-day deadline, we would answer no, and you'll notice that that former field is now gone. It's switched back to NA. And in its place, cell 11 shows that the application was submitted before the end of the coverage period, yes or no, and whether or not the COC disapproves it or recommends it for approval. But again, in this case, we are saying that it was filed within 30 days and it's within the COC's authority to approve it. We come down and we see that the CCC representative signed it at the time of the COC meeting. That error message I just got, by the way, tells me that what I was trying to enter is not valid. I can only select from this drop-down box. The producer was supplied with a copy of the basic provisions, and the county office employee did that on 3/20 when they came in to purchase their coverage. We also chose to supply them with a copy of their summary of coverage. While this is going to be mailed out quarterly from Kansas City, it's not a bad idea to provide the copy of that to the producer when they're first signing up. It has a lot of helpful information, including application closing deadlines, acreage reporting dates, and information about the crops that they have coverage for. I recommend printing it out at the time that the 471 is completed. Once you have all this information entered, you'll go to the COC summary, and we'll see that we've now got a couple of fields with information entered. We see that Joe Farmer is the producer, and the crop year we're looking at is 2018. That the 471 was filed 30 days or less from the application closing deadline and approved with a determination date of 4/1/2018. That's a very brief overview of the Application for Coverage tab. If you have any questions about it, or if you come across any issues with the form, or if you have any suggestions for how we can improve it, please feel free to contact me, and I'd be happy to work with you to try and make those changes.